Welcome back to the Pet Zone podcast with Victoria, Christine, Kim, and Laura. Fueled by clippers, caffeine, and the kind of humor HR would not approve of. Now let's jump back into the conversation.
I found some scissors on Amazon that everybody had really good reviews, and because I'm just willing to hoard that stuff, and I have super cheap scissors and very expensive scissors, I'm like, I'll try it. It's a deal. And mostly because I'm too lazy to call the sharpener right now, because I'm like, I can't give you my stuff because I don't plan ahead, and I waited till Christmas holiday to go, oh, all my stuff needs to be sharpened.
I do that all the time.
It's like I can't give it, so it's like, oh, I'll just buy something real quick.
Comes out once a month without fail.
It what? It was yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I am a scissor hoarder.
Oh, I like that club.
Mm-hmm.
I am too. Was it last year? Might have been last year. I went to have my 7-inch guides. I think they're the Gators. I've literally had them since I started grooming, and I went to go get them sharpened, and he's like, yeah, these things can't be sharpened anymore. And I was like, damn, those are like my trusty dusty handy dandies.
Yep. I had a pair of scissors that one of my former employees brought back from China for me. She got them for like $25. Loved them so much. They were like the best scissors ever. I used them on everything. Can you hear me?
I'm telling you, that's why I always tell people, don't immediately discount, because sometimes it's a gem.
And then I asked her to get me another pair, and she went out back to go visit her family, and they moved away, and she didn't know where she couldn't find them. And I was like, well, I don't know how long these cheap scissors are going to last. They lasted me for years until I forgot what happened to them, but they got destroyed by another employee, and I missed those scissors. $25, and they were the best scissors ever.
I remember having like a little shorty pair or something. They were great for faces and stuff like that. And I think I paid like $30 or something. I don't even remember where I got them from, but somehow I was like, they're working for like the noses and these little dogs or whatever. Had those things for years before I finally wore the shit out of them, and they couldn't be sharp anymore. I'm like, damn, those were. That's like, I got Utsumis, I got all that shit in there, and I tend to go to my cheap ones.
I go to Kinji, a bunch of them, and those $25 pair, if someone handed me right now, I'd be like gold.
Sometimes the cheap ones work.
Yeah.
I know. Because I have my van. Because I got the inverter, I have the second grooming station, and it's basically like, it looks like a desk because the one drawer and then the three littles, and the one in the middle, I had put one of those silverware organizers that you would, and I have my scissors in their pouches, and they're all in there. I'm like, yeah, I use like 4 pairs of scissors out of here on a daily. I got all these others.
Do you use silicone packets like you get in food and stuff in your drawers?
Silicone packing? Is that what you said?
Little packets like you get in food and stuff. You buy those and you put them in your drawer. Helps keep the scissors from collecting the moisture and getting any kind of rust or anything.
I don't have any rust on my scissors. I don't know what it is. I just don't have the issue with it in the van. Although, you know, I didn't have the issue in my trailer either. Victoria, do you have that issue in your trailer? I know some people that I get rust on my scissors. I'm like, I never have rust on my scissors. Mm-mm. But I'm also at least really good at brushing them all the time and oiling them. So I don't know if maybe that plays a factor.
It does, according to my sharpener, because my staff's about keeping their stuff clean. And I wanted her to come in and do a demonstration for us, for them. And she goes, no, actually, your staff and you need to be teaching a class. And I'm like, why? And she goes, you should see the stuff I get back from other groomers. She goes, your staff hands me all clean stuff. They just need to be sharpened.
That's what my
Yeah.
sharpener has said to me. He's like, some of the stuff I get is gnarly. He's like, your stuff's not like that. I'm like, well, I mean, at the very least, oil your stuff.
Same with the
So,
blades.
Yeah.
Oil your
yeah,
blades.
same thing. It's like, I don't use, I mean, I have some blades I use on grody, dirty dogs that I want to rough cut them, but I don't really do that a lot. It's actually super rare for me. Um, so I'm always like, I don't know. Like I'll dip them in a sanitizer thing, but I feel like the more you dip them in sanitizer, the faster they get dull. So it's that fine line of trying to clean them and sanitize them and not have them be sharpened every few months. So I guess that's probably why I don't like to use them on dirty dogs. But then again, I get little dogs, and for the most part, and
Yeah.
everybody like takes care of them. They're all on 6 weeks or less. I know. I got a bag and 2 boxes over here at Amazon. I was like, ooh, what did I order?
Isn't that
Oh,
fun when you don't?
I know. Well, I know I ordered Christmas bows. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I need to get Christmas bows.
We already did.
Yeah,
I
I know.
totally. Okay. So it's the only thing that I do miss about
Oh yeah. That is.
California is when I would go in. Well, it was always February to Pasadena. I would spend like $1,200, but I bought everything I use for a year, including all of the bows, and I just already have them because I'm the person who'd be like, "Oh, it's December 1st. Shit,
I still
I
have
forgot."
bandana.
Why would he need?
I was thinking about
See,
hooking the other.
look I ordered for these guys.
Oh,
What is that?
cheers.
I didn't get to see. We see the.
Put it back
They're
up in the camera.
canine. Oh,
Oh,
see it?
cool.
It says, what's it say on the back? They're VG10 Japanese stainless steel. They were like
I'm gonna go see if I have.
$70.
Is it like a set of 2 or 3?
No, just one. They had really good reviews. I've kind of been watching them for a while.
No, not at all. Are they serrated?
I'm like, what did I hear? Brr. Get a grip, Kim. You have earbuds on. You can't hear nothing. I always like to hear how they, when you get them and you open and close them.
Yes. Can you make
You're
them
like,
sing?
listen. I know. You're like, listen to that butter.
It was like,
Oh my
kind
God.
of. Wow. Well, hello.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Should have.
How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was good. Look, here's one of the little bows.
It was interesting.
I get the collar ones. So you just do that.
It's interesting. I swear that getting together with family since 2016 has been interesting, no matter what.
We didn't get together.
Yes, Victoria. It was John, Victoria, and Sandra Hartness, and myself for Thanksgiving.
I made a turkey for the
My
first
son
time.
went up with some friends up to northern Idaho, so
You made
I still
it.
have. Well, my in-laws live here, and one of my brother-in-laws, and then my daughter and her husband. Oh God, I should tell you guys this is sick. So my daughter's pregnant.
Oh, congrats!
Thank you. And she got so emotional because she was like, "There's a ham, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's just turkey." I'm not even joking, you guys. Like sobbing, crying.
Aw.
You'd think her dog died because there was no ham. I had to bust out. Luckily, we buy meat from a local butcher, and so who slaughters locally. And so I happen to have ham steaks. I was like, I got a ham steak. You want that? She's like,
Aw.
you have glaze. I was like,
Definitely.
holy
do.
shit, child. Yes. And then she was mad that I didn't have green beans. I only Brussels sprouts.
I made too much food. So that kind of happens with it, right?
I always make too much food. I don't know how to prepare food. Like, if there's going to be 2 people, then there's 2 and there's 20, and there's nothing in between. I don't know the in between thing, and it does.
I
And this also
totally
doesn't
relate to that.
This doesn't matter how broke I am either. Like, even if I have like a $50 food budget, like, cool, we gonna make this work, and we're gonna feed the whole damn mountain.
Well, I
That's
figure
funny.
everyone,
I'm the same way. It's all, but my thing is like, well, what if I decide I want that instead of that? Like, I want
Yeah.
options. Like, I'm at a buffet.
So listen, that's what we call life. Listen, you know what? One of the coolest things that Beethoven ever said was it is better to play the wrong note than to play without passion. And and it's just such an awesome philosophy to apply to life. Like, listen, it's better to fuck it up than to do everything like willy-nilly.
I feel like I'm willy-nilly right now.
it's a really good one.
Not with that freaking happy festive flipping deer behind you.
I tried to find a different spot, but I couldn't sit on my couch because right now the sun is like blaring, and it was like whitewash. It was like, what kind of weird white screen are you in front of?
So literally, it's better. My background, I have a graph from when I taught this class, and all right. So this is like the square of ADHD here. So we got your yellow, which is low interest zone, the red zone, which is unrealistic expectations but high interest. Then we got the green zone, which is doom scrolling, and then you got the blue zone, which is joy. So this section is like the not fun zone, and this section is the fun zone, and it's about trying to find homeostasis with our ADHD so we can stay unmedicated forever. So yeah, that I noticed that when I was watching a video. It's just like, what is that in the background? I'm like, oh, that's my ADHD graph.
Yeah, well, I got that problem sometimes. It's like, oops, squirrel.
Yep. It's
Squirrel
fun.
brain.
My Thanksgiving was good. I drove to New Hampshire to see my adopted family, and I made them Thanksgiving dinner. So I got to see my mom and my dad. They're in their 80s, and my brother, his wife, my niece and nephew. I love them. I don't get to see them as often as I'd like, so I always just kind of like, I brought you 50 desserts. I brought you all the toys. I love you. I had like great memories of like the adults that influenced me in a positive way at a young age. So I try to be that to them, even though I don't get to see them all the time. And then we quickly flipped a bitch, came back to Pennsylvania, and did Thanksgiving with my in-laws. They came over, my sister-in-law, their son, and my husband's sister, our neighbors came, which was really cool. And we smoked a turkey, which was awesome.
Nice.
How'd you do yours? I smoked one too.
Yeah, so I got my husband a smoker for Christmas. It's a Traeger pellet
Yeah.
smoker. So yeah, so you literally just prep it, throw it in there, and literally the first time he put something in it was he put like a deer shank in there. And my husband's the kind of cook that he can try something for the first time and it's gonna be amazing every single time. This was the first time that something didn't come out amazing and he was crushed over it. He was really fucked up over it. Like it was one of those cuts of deer that usually always have to cook in a slow cooker. So so he went back, repeated it again, and boom, like 3.5 hours later it was done. It was perfect. And then with the turkey, it was an awesome run too. So I definitely prefer that method of cooking. I'm not really like a big turkey fan. I eat lots of beef and lots of deer and lots of chicken and lots of fish. So turkey is like a 2-3 times a year thing. I have 2 giant turkeys that I was raising for food. And nope, Pete's still hanging out here. He's fucking huge. He's like 55 fucking pounds. And his wife, Henrietta, same thing. She's bossing it up. So I don't understand. I am able to process any animal with zero fucks given. I mean, well, a little bit of fucks given, like you appreciate the animal and its sacrifice, but in terms of something about turkeys,
Because
I've
they're
done it once.
personable.
It's my chickens are personable. I still listen when I ended up raising like 12 birds that I hatched as babies, and 8 of them grew up to be roosters. They all had personalities. They all had special crows, and 6 out of the 8 ended up being roosters too. But there's just something. I've processed 2 turkeys before, and it's a lot of bird. It's a lot of bird. It is not when you put a chicken in the kill cone and you send them to meet their maker, like it is a smooth and delicate and easy process. With the turkey, it's a giant thrashing flightless bird. So
Oh.
it is not freaking easy. So yeah, so nope, that's why we have Pete and Henrietta, and they just chilling. They're huge, huge,
Do you
huge.
get eggs from her?
Yes. Yeah, I usually get
Oh,
so they usually like lay like in abundance for like a couple months, and then they don't lay anymore. And I use them for baking. I'm not really it's just a lot of yolk. It's a lot of product. So it's just
yeah.
like a little too much egg for me. But baking with them and the like back in New York City, like like every single Mexican I know within earshot aside from myself loves turkey eggs. It's like a big
Hmm.
part of their cuisine, their diet. I don't know what it is, but yeah, not this Mexican. I'm a Mexican when it comes to turkey eggs. But yeah, no, listen, I will raise anything. I will raise anything, and just to have an understanding of its husbandry, what it needs, what it doesn't need, how to cook it, as long as it's something that you can eat. So I
I have a
think
couple of clients with turkeys, but they're like, because I'm like, oh, are they going to be on the table one day? And they're like, no, they've got too much personality, and now they're family.
yeah, no, they definitely, I mean, all livestock, all animals, I mean, they all have personality, they all have their own minds, and it isn't until they've lost the will to live, and if their circumstances aren't great, that's when you get a listless animal, and that could be a dog, that could be a parrot, that could be a human being. So, it's you put any living creature in a compromising environment. That's why, these things are important. It doesn't necessarily mean they need to live in like Taj Mahal, but they need food and water and friends and daylight and a breeze and a place to get away from the breeze and things to perch on and to burrow under.
I think.
Feedback. My Chihuahua's 14, and listen, sometimes he does that. He's just like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm old. I think that,
Yeah,
dude, look
that's
at what
literally what
happens
she
with
did.
old human beings. They reach a
I
point where like,
know.
you know what? Fuck you. I'm going right here.
Oh, wait.
Oh, well, I don't say I'm going right here, but I might say fuck you.
Yeah.
At 51, that happens frequently.
I have the headset on.
Yeah.
Where did my jacket?
Is your bone broth done, Laura?
Oh, it's got hours to go.
Oh,
I just added more water to it, and I added another onion and some ginger and what else? Some carrots.
I got carrot, celery, onion, garlic, thyme, a bay leaf,
Yep,
peppercorns.
I put some bay leaves.
Um,
It's amazing what the science of what goes
I don't know.
into a meal.
I know, right?
We didn't just like wake up one day and say like, hey, these things go well with these things. Like there's a medical reason for every seasoning that goes in our food. I didn't realize the role of pepper. Pepper aids in absorption of nutrients.
Of what?
Pepper aids in the absorption of nutrients. And there was a point where pepper was more like the most valuable spice. Like people were willing to shake the foundations of kingdoms over pepper. When it first started showing up in Western civilization, people were just losing their ever loving mind over pepper.
Yeah.
I want to know who figured out baking. Who figured out how much flour, baking soda, salt, sugar, all that goes into make that perfect rising, beautiful thing of dessert.
I have thousands of years and no distractions.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
thought I'm gonna put flour in this, and then I'm gonna put some baking soda, baking powder. And how many times did it explode in their kitchen?
Well, how did they?
literally. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, what are some of the most a mind at rest with no distractions and just left with their fucking thoughts? I mean, how many times do we get the luxury of being left just with our thoughts? No phone, no nothing. Now, after you freak out and have a panic attack for like
Yeah.
5 fucking minutes, like there's that moment of clarity where it's like, whoa, my brain's for thinking? What?
Yeah, and then I end up writing stuff down like, let's purge these thoughts. And I'm out. Whoop. Nobody saw that, right?
Here it is.
Not me, because I'm still
I
in
love
my
it when I
kitchen.
talk about something. I love it when I'm talking about something and the book is within arm's reach.
Let's just keep.
Just any if anyone has any interest, it's Wolfgang Schivelbusch.
What?
The
What?
name alone, Schivelbusch.
All right.
Schivelbusch. It's German, I believe. It's the social history of spices, stimulants, and intoxicants.
Okay, back.
Sup, and it has a whole section about pepper.
You can't
I mean,
have grapes.
It's like 19 pages of just pepper. It goes into chocolate, and again, you have to keep in mind the people in England, they were just fucking boiling everything. No wonder why they had a fucking issue and they started conquering all the lands. They're like, oh my god, we taste flavor.
No wonder we had a revolution. We're like, yeah, we need better. We need more food.
Ooh, I should have put turmeric in mine.
1774 in this bitch, yo.
Give me garlic. Or
What?
give me death.
Turmeric?
Give me
Yeah.
spices. No, but seriously, my adopted family, I
You
was
can't have
adopted by
this.
white Anglo-Saxon Protestants from Canada. So I thought that portioned foods and no seasoning was normal until I moved to Miami and got to be around other Latinos. And the second I was around, just not even just like black people, Hispanic people, like anybody except my parents. Like I was like, oh, there's seconds and thirds. There's salt and there's seasonings beyond salt and pepper. Now I understand when I go back there and I just put a little olive oil in the pan with some garlic and some onion. They'll be like, "What's
is
that?"
That's a collar bow, Bailey, not a head bow. Mm-mm.
Yeah, mine was also my ex-husband's family. You know, they were all from the Middle East. Oh, the food. I miss the food. Don't miss him, but I miss the food. Give me some.
Seriously, how
That always cracks me up, Victoria. Anytime you talk about, oh, my ex-husband, I don't miss him, but
I miss the food.
Okay, actuality, I do kind of miss him, but that's only because he's back overseas. And you know what?
You guys get along though.
We get along now, especially with, you know, an ocean between. But I mean, divorce-wise, we had a pretty amicable divorce. We shared one paralegal to do the paperwork, and we're just like, all right, you do this, I do this. This is what happens with our kid. But
I felt like you
We
had
didn't-
issues when you were dating.
oh, Jesus Christ, did I have issues? That was a lot of issues.
Yeah, I
A
know,
lot of
but I
issues.
feel like you and your ex had issues then.
Oh, we did, but it came down to a lot more to do with our daughter and sharing custody, what she's going to do here, and actually his second wife. His second wife caused a lot of the.
Absolutely.
And then once she was out of the picture, I mean, she seemed nice in the beginning. I think she was just a little crazy. But
She didn't show it yet.
Aren't we all? Yeah, no, I can second that. I had a pretend marriage. I had to an Israeli Jew, and that's why my last name is still Sabah. I'm super lazy about anything that involves a court document, so I've been meaning to change my name for a long time. But yeah, so my maiden name is Taylor, and yeah, my first marriage was one for money. Hey, he wanted a better life, and I wanted a better life with more money in it. So it worked out great during the recession of 2006, 7, and 8. But yeah, no, it's funny. Like his family was absolutely bad shit. Like the the culture, the community, everything. It was nuts. We had to like get together and hang out at least like once a week to like generate content. It's not really what you would call it then, but that's what it
Yeah.
was. And so we would get together and like there's so many rules and restrictions for their religion. It's crazy. And so I would just poke holes in all of it. So I used to make him absolutely nuts. And his best friend was also married to a friend of mine. So it was just like it was just such a really interesting time. Yeah, Israelis are fun bunch.
They are. And they don't know much about their religion. I learned more about it when I was converting. And then I would ask, hey, what does this mean? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I had to pretend learn. I had to pretend learned all the bullshit. It was a lot. I remember when we would go to do our interviews, and it's like I wanted it to be believable that we were like a married couple. So what I used to do is it's like, okay, so how's it going? How's how's everything with the in-laws and everything? I'm like, oh well, his mother hates me. He's like, shush. He's like, no, she doesn't. I'm like, yeah, no, she doesn't like me. Oh, if you think that she likes me, then how come every time you guys are gathering together, you're all speaking in Jew? And he's like, honey, it's Hebrew. I'm like, it's Jew. Like,
His that too, but his parents were in Israel, so I didn't have to deal with the in-laws. Although I loved his mom. We couldn't communicate. She didn't speak English.
oh, his mom was super cool. This
Stop.
was just all for show.
Yeah. And his dad, though, I'm pretty sure his dad thinks all American women are evil, but whatever. That was his problem. But his family or extended family that was here, it was always this weird sort of like, I feel like they're talking about me, but unlike Spanish, I can't figure out what they're saying. So that was their loss.
Yeah.
Did anybody see that post in MGZ? I think there was also one in Programmer where someone said this was a first, and it was a client who said, "Hello, groomer. Nice to meet you. You're very pretty. My name is blank. I do have a question." And she said, "Nice to meet you too." I was wondering, and I'm asking respectfully, but I was wondering if I gave you like 400 more when you came out, could you maybe do grooming in like a bikini or something?
Oh, John was telling me about that.
Yeah, there was also an MGZ.
My husband was even making comments on it. Like, who does that? And then he goes, wait a minute. They said $500. John said $500. He goes, well, if they ask me, I'll wear a bikini for $500.
Depends on how cold it is outside. I mean, his text was also like, I hope I wasn't, don't mean to offend. I was wondering, maybe even more, I'm feeling generous for the holidays. The groomer said, no, thank you. I apologize. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'd still like to have you do it, but I'm very sorry. The comments. I love comments on posts like these because you'll get
I did see this.
They're so
Yeah, I did see this. So
I don't
with me,
or not,
I'm
but
sorry.
saying he would go do it. And I'm like, nobody wants to see you in a bikini but me.
So I think that this was rage bait. My opinion is this is rage bait. I think that somebody texted themselves. In terms of my feelings with this scenario, before dog grooming full time, I worked in food and beverage, and I worked in food and beverage and bottle service, in adult entertainment facilities and nightclubs, and so I worked jobs where I would wear clothes that were this big, and I was very sexualized, and I was fine with it because that was what my job was to be sexualized. It wasn't, I got the memo. It wasn't a surprise or shock. But what I liked about my dog grooming job is nobody looked at me. Nobody looked at me. No one looked at my body. Nobody looked at me in a way like I was attractive or to hit on me or anything. Even if I did look cute or whatever, it just was a job where I became conditioned to expect that I am not going to come off as attractive or sexualized in any kind of way. So like I don't respond to any of those types of messages. I would literally, if somebody had said that to me, I don't like, because I'm in a city, it might be different because I'm not like I'm not in a position where it's so vulnerable. If a client texted me that, I would just breeze right over it and just like not respond. I would just be like, hey, dog grooming is this. I'm not in the business of doing that. I'd probably actually ask ChatGPT to freaking answer for me and then copy and paste it. But I wouldn't even feed interest. I wouldn't get offended. I wouldn't get upset. I would just say like, nope, not my. I was like, listen, my days of throwing on G-strings and bikinis are done, dude. I am here just to literally fondle your dog, not you. And like that's it. And I don't get like rattled or upset in some of the ways that some people in the group did, but in the other token, like a lot of chicks were like, "Oh man, $400, you got me." Like for me to put a bikini on at this stage, to allow something sexualized to cross into this work, the amount of money that it would take would be in the I don't have to go back to work after this.
I need more.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. So I think the thing that shocked me about this exercise, that the rage bait that somebody put out there, is that God, man, listen, even if you got it, like have a comma in there somewhere,
Yeah,
have a couple zeros, like
know your
I
worth.
don't know, like know your worth. It's like for dog groomers, know your worth. Don't charge under $200, but you're gonna $400 in a bikini, like that's 2 Shih Tzus.
That's less than
That's two fucking Shih Tzus, and you're gonna pop a
It's
titty
a
for that? I
chihuahua.
mean, it's just it's again, it's just it blows my. That's the comments is kind of what got me.
Yeah.
I got ready to type, and I just deleted as quick as I typed. I was like, nope.
not worth.
You have contributed enough to Mobile Dog Groomer Zone in a lifetime.
I would have responded. I'd have responded, new phone, who dis?
But I can count how many times on my hands that a client like had a squish on me or something and like made an inappropriate comment, and it was handled very well. It was just like, hey man, no.
It's my
Or I
favorite.
would
How much?
or it'd be
Me?
yeah, or like I hide behind my scheduling manager and pretend it didn't happen. But I don't know, like I said, that was the thing that shocked me the most, is that people were willing to sell themselves for anything less than the life-changing money, like 2 Shih Tzus, and you're just willing to just be like, bow chicka bow wow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah. No,
Fucking-
thanks. Where I live is too damn cold right now. So like, yeah, exactly. It's gonna take more zeros and not start with the 4.
Yeah.
Random things that I found in the interwebs. All right, we all know the word Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Right? Worcestershire sauce. Everybody say it how you're supposed to say it.
The sauce.
Right? What do you say it, Christine? How do you say it?
What's I can't even say it.
Do it.
What's here? The sauce.
Kim?
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
Worcestershire.
Worcester. So I came across this, and actually I'm gonna put it in our chat so everybody gets it. Wash a whore sauce. Wash a whore sauce.
And not.
Oh God, that's funny. That's hysterical.
Amazing. That was amazing.
And groomer
That's what I.
can't take us anywhere.
No, you can't. You can't.
Now it's gonna be one of those things where you just like will never forget it. It's one of those random wash a horse sauce. That's funny.
Wash a whore. I can't.
Wash-
The only way I can say Worcestershire. Fucking Massachusetts folks. That's what they do. They just with them with their weird fucking streets named after twigs, berries, and fucking birds. They were the last to unbend the knee to freaking Mother England, so I guess we can forgive them for weird sounding streets.
Sometimes it's good to be on the West Coast. We just have to say the freeway.
Right?
Do you still do
What
that?
is it?
No. No.
No.
Well, okay,
When
we only have two freeways here. First off, you have um, when you're like, oh, I got to get on the freeway, or you're like, the 84. I guess
so
you
you
do
still
say
say the.
yeah. But I don't know. We only have one freeway.
I didn't realize the California thing until a few years ago when talking to my friend Alyssa, and she's like, "Why do you say the before every freeway?" I'm like, "Because that's the name of it. It's the 10, the 15, the 210."
You take the 10 to the 15 to the 91, and yeah.
Sit in traffic and
Well,
My
deal.
see, my
my
mind
cousin,
immediately goes to proper grammar though, because imagine if you're like, oh, I want to go to Pasadena. Okay, so you're gonna get on 105 to 5 or 210. Like you're missing a word there to link. Like,
Well, all
I don't know. Wait, so let me put. I'm
it,
not. I've
they
lived in a state that bordered Massachusetts and bordered New York, so I swing kind of both ways. Connecticut's a very bisexual state, so I get both New York and Massachusetts lingo. And let's see, in Mass, let me just embrace this. Honey, can you stop by Dunks to get your macrella? You're gonna go on the 190 to the 90 to the 280, flip a bitch, and then you're gonna be there. Yeah, no, there is a the. You're right.
Mhm.
There,
There's a
you go on the 180. You go on the one. Yeah, there is a the.
well, look,
there's the.
it exists more than Southern California.
Yeah.
well, because
Take
imagine
that,
if
New Jersey.
like you were taking your animal to the vet, you wouldn't say, I'm taking cat to vet. It's I'm taking that cat to the vet. Like it's part of proper English. So to
Well, I
me, I'm
know
like, why wouldn't I say
taking
the?
So there's certain times where I don't use the, like there's been times where okay, so let me, like in New York, it's we don't really have a lot of highways. So I'd be like, it's like you're gonna get on the Tappan Zee, or you're gonna get on the BQE, or there's the gonna. Yeah, you're right. You're
things
gonna
like that.
take the FDR.
Yeah.
Gonna take. Let me see. Let me try Connecticut next. You're gonna take 84. So okay, certain states. I remember in Connecticut, you're gonna take 380. You're gonna take 384 to 84, and then you're gonna flip a bitch on the 91. So yeah, not all states do it. Let me see if I remember. Let me see if I can remember Miami. You're gonna get on Route 1, and you're gonna follow it a long time.
Sounds about right.
I've been there.
Long. Actually, I can't remember that highway to the highway to hold on. I haven't lived there in over 10 years. What's the name of the highway that goes to the Keys?
But see, that would make sense if you said you wouldn't say the highway if you're saying if like highway, we have a highway 16.
It is Route 1. Oh my God, my brain is still remembered. Yeah, it's literally overseas highways. Yeah, so like you're just gonna get on Route 1 for the rest of your fucking life.
Well, because
And just
route
pray that-
highway, you're not saying the like a freeway. Just like my
Yeah.
mom. Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys know, Chris, that the 5 freeway is the Golden State Freeway. And my mom's
Yes.
the person to be like, oh, I'm gonna get on the Golden State Freeway. And I'm like, what's wrong with the 5? Like,
I did see some
do we
webs
need to
that
call it that?
that is because when we had our first freeways, they all had so many different names, so it just kind of got complicated. And apparently, California just added the into everything because we didn't know how else to separate it.
I guess so.
Fucking California.
I know. But I guess if you were to
Oh.
say, oh, you're going to take Highway 16, you wouldn't say the highway. It's like, oh, yeah, to get there, you get on Highway 16 to whatever. It's to the 84. But I feel like when you're calling something a highway or a route, you don't use the before.
Like interstate. You know somebody's going to get in the point and be like, ladies, the proper grammar is blah, 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 blah.
Well,
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
either we're going
I
to
wanna
learn
see it.
something or they're going to get the double bird.
Yep, that's how life operates. You're gonna learn shit, or you're gonna get punched in the throat. You know what's funny? I have used the term. It's obviously it's not my word. It's just a phrase that many of us have used. Like, you're gonna get punched in the throat. It's something people say a lot. I witnessed somebody getting punched in the throat. on the L train 2 weeks ago. I have never seen someone get punched in the throat, and it was the most horrifying thing because it wasn't even that hard of a hit. It was just like a it was the most revolt. I will never even
Yeah.
joke about punching people in the throat anymore. It was literally horrible. And when I think about the people that have said that to, just in casual banter, like, punch you in the throat, it just happens to be like a tiny little individual. You're like, you would destroy them.
Yeah, I'm gonna throat punch that bitch.
I know, it's so fucked
Quite a
up.
We
bit.
do use that phrase. I'm surprised Dobby doesn't say it.
I am too. I have a bird that repeats everything after one time hearing it.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's why
Oh.
we record here and not.
Yeah, because you'd be hearing "fucking John" in the back.
Shut the fuck up.
That's hysterical. I would love that
Or
bird.
you'd be hearing Victoria's
The
voice.
Joker laugh.
The Joker laugh, yeah. That's creepy really late at night.
But it's so much fun.
That's
The thing to do.
When we were watching Yellowstone, he would say he'd take on Rip's voice, and so it'd be real dark. Be sitting on the couch watching something, and we always knew when John got freaked out because he'd turn on all the lights, hear from behind us, "Take him to the train station." And it was just creepy.
What kind
I
of
love it,
bird?
though.
African gray.
Oh,
He's a devious bastard.
He is hilarious. He'll call. He loves me. He'll do anything for me. But he'll call my husband, and he acts like he'll be, "John, come here, John. John, come here." And my husband falls for it. And then he goes scratchies. And then as soon as John puts his hand, he bites him, and then he goes, "Ha ha ha
oh my gosh.
That bird. Or trust the bird.
ha."
When
But
when I was a kid, we had a blue crown conure, and it would talk. And then when my mom and stepdad got divorced, she left it for him because she's like, somebody needs to talk to the bastard. It ain't gonna be me. But I was so bummed. I was like, but that bird was fun.
he's fun. We get a kick out of him. My husband, as much as he loves him, he's allergic to him. He can't pet him, but he'll talk to him, and the bird just like torments him, and it's fun.
Fucking Dobby.
Love him.
Never trust the. Or do. You only once.
Okay.
Do you give clients gifts?
What's that?
Do you give your clients Christmas gifts?
I am the gift.
I don't do gifts because I do year-round bougie goodie bags. So everybody gets a goodie bag with a toy, treats, a sticker, and a bag every single time. So I do not do because you have to keep in mind I got like 30% Christians, 20% freaking Jews, and then you got the people that are really triggered by the holidays. So it's just like, nope, everybody gets a fucking gift. Merry seasonal appropriate insert the thing. Like I celebrate Christmas, so I'm like I deck the fucking halls and love it. But the month of Christmas is such an expensive month. Just even having to think of anything extra outside of what I already do, my hat's off to those that can do presents. I think if I had like if I was still working for someone else and was like, cool, I have 120 clients, and that means I got 120 people to think about, and I don't have to think about rent, electricity, life, bills, taxes, dying. Then I'd probably be all for it. But yeah, with this, just everybody gets their gift. Nobody has expectations higher than that. I like getting gifts. It's great. Literally, like at the end of the day, it's just like a treasure trove of presents. It's really great.
I like when they give extra cash.
Me too. I got a little drawer right here that I've been shoving all my extra monies, because what I noticed this year is my clients are either doing Thanksgiving or Christmas. They're not doing both. A lot of them are hightailing it like to wherever they're going for like the next 6 or 7 weeks.
Fucking January.
Yeah, we give
Fucking January.
last year we gave out ornaments that I supplemented on, and we gave them all out ornaments because I was at home, and so I had time to do it because I had a broken back, so I made ornaments. Now I don't
That's
have
cute.
more. So, but this year I had a customer ask me, "Are you going to do this year? Are you going to do the ornaments? They were really cute." And I'm like, I think I have some leftover from last year.
And that's exactly why I don't start it.
That's yeah. That's the one thing is it's much like I can twirl this around into a understanding of exactly how you raise a parrot. When you raise a parrot, you're not supposed to smother them with love those first freaking 6 months of life because they'll expecting it for 30 to 50 years. You're supposed to just allow them to figure their shit out. And when you decide to throw love their way, it's not an expectation. It's something they appreciate. Much with clients and employees, if you fucking giving them everything right off the jump, then it's expected forever. And if you just ever have a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, then you're a bad boss, a bad business owner, a bad friend.
Well, we've always given something like the year before we gave little jars of paw cream. There's always we're doing, and then one year we gave hydration spray. We used mint, and so we called it peppermint.
Aw.
We always give something. But last year was the first year that everybody was like, "We want the ornaments again." It's like you're branding it. It's a furry friends ornament. I'm like, oh.
Well, and then how do you come up with new ideas every year?
Yep.
It's just I don't have the time.
And then you're constantly feeling like you're trying to top yourself, and it's like, okay, this is already a hard enough month, like work-wise, and then on top of the personal aspects of all of it, if you have family, kids, whatever, it's for me, like I commend everybody who can do it. I I just know I can't. So I've just always taken on the thought process that I'm not even going to start it then.
We also kind of like Laura Jane, given the gift baskets, throughout the year, we give higher end bows. So we do like the bows that Velcro to the collars, but it's the higher end ones. Yeah, those. So we do those throughout the year, and customers freak out over those. They love those. So we just change it out through the season. So they get that too.
And I
usually do.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just do like pictures, edit the backdrop, send it to them, because then they can post it or do whatever they want. I am going to do a nice one for my Monday weekly client and a couple of but they're weekly clients, they give me a lot of business. They're good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're special. Not that none of them,
And, one of the things is if you have the time, you could take a photo of the dog. And if you don't like the background or the way it's posed, you can go on GTP or whatever it's called and change that. And I just had a customer saw on the front of our shop, we did my dog and my cat with Santa Claus sitting on the lap, and did over our fake fireplace, put it over that. And customers are like, "Oh, are you doing photos of the pets with Santa?" And I'm like, "No, just for me."
It's a really good app for the photos, Photo Room. You just take a picture of the dog.
It's blown my mind. So you know.
What app is it?
Photo Room.
Photo Room.
Is that one you pay for?
You can, or you can get it for free. It depends on which one you want.
I did the paid version just because I write it off of my taxes anyway.
All right.
So the more expensive these types of things like are really super beneficial. I want it to be fast. I don't want to wait 20 seconds. And I've got like 3 employees. I'm running their shit through to send them pictures. I first used it and I sat on the floor of my mobile, put my phone down with this beautiful picture, and I put my head in my hands and I was like, I have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of seasonal props that
Yeah.
I have no fucking use for. And honestly, even though this stuff is from fucking Joann's and Michael's and a lot of this shit is hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of bullshit, no one's gonna pay any money for this. I'm gonna be, that little old lady that's selling fucking literally lead crystal candy dishes, and she has them listed as like $1,100. Ain't nobody buying it, but yeah, shit, it's worth it. So I literally, I was so initially upset, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this shit out of my basement and out of my space, and I am going to dump it somewhere where someone could be like, yeah, this is for me. Because I can't even sell it to anyone because I'm like, hey, guess what? If somebody buying it, like, oh my God, it's gonna be great for my photo projects. Get photo rope. Like I just it blows my mind because little by little we're seeing in real time that AI is replacing a lot of shit.
Yeah, they are.
It is. And honestly, I don't get emotional about it in the sense of what some people do. Like they're taking our jobs. I don't get like that because in the early 1900s, there were families that were making making horse carriages. The invention of the automobile came in, and you either shat or got off the path back then. And this is going to be that time. You either shit or get off the pot because every 100 years or so, people start dying, younger people come in, and it pushes us all forward in innovation. And we're not meant to just press play and live on a loop.
Nope.
No, my husband's pushing me to learn AI, and I am learning it. I'm
God.
feeling I'm learning it at a slow pace, but I am learning it. And he said, because I'm that person, even when I retire from grooming completely, I cannot work. I've been working since I was.
Well, your brain will atrophy. Your
Yeah.
brain will totally atrophy. Your body.
have to-
We've watched the boom with the older boomers and the silent generation, their retirement years. It's not been pretty to fucking watch.
Mm-mm.
You don't just retire and live your life. Like after you do all your fun shit, then you just start decaying in your home.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sad. My parents have been retired for years and they don't really travel, they don't really do much, and it's super sad. And it's amazing to see how one group of 80-year-olds and another group of 80-year-olds could be so entirely different based on their activity level. So I think it's extremely smart that you're taking that plunge into learning it because it's going to keep your brain happy, it's going to keep your body happy, and I don't think we're supposed to ever stop working.
And my husband, it's funny because someone said to him, "Why are you pushing Chris to do that?" And he goes, "Because I know my wife. My wife cannot not work. She has to have something that brings her joy. That is working. It makes her happy." And he goes, "Me, I could be retired, no problem. That porch is going to be well used. Just sit on that porch and just watch the leaves fall."
I'd retire and just ride my horse all day, every day, and everybody else's horse.
But you would still be doing work. You would still be doing something because you would have to take care of your horse. You would have to feed your horse, vet your horse, ride your horse. Like riding a horse is not like it's not a hobby that is without labor and it is without that you can just go on autopilot, Like it takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot. This is me giving you a roundabout compliment, Victoria.
Thank you.
Like it takes smart. It takes you being smart and tuned with the animal. Like even this is extremely random, extremely funny. I last Saturday went to go to see my trainer because I knew I was going to be off Monday and Tuesday because I would be working in the city. So I walked in. I got our Saturdays mixed up. He was like, "Oh man," he's like, "Yeah, I took today off. I'm sorry. I'll see you next week." I'm like, "All right, that's cool. I'll just go to the gym." So I'm walking out and I'm seeing this lady. There's a dog grooming salon right next to my gym, or to where my personal trainer is. And there's a lady like pleading with a giant doodle. Like, come on, Buster, we gotta go inside. And she can't even, granted, the dog's collar, if you want to call it like that, is like this. You know, I don't understand. Like, listen, public service announcements to pet owners. Your dog's collar, you shouldn't be able to fit your fucking leg through the
Oh my
fucking thing.
God.
You don't need to.
Agree
This is not needed. You don't need one finger. You don't need it. You just need to make sure that in an emergency you can get something between the neck and the skin so you can yerk it off. If you're wondering why your dog isn't fucking complying with you, like, come on, Bosco, pretty please, can you come in? And he says like, no. Like, and it's just, as a professional, like, watching people with this, it's like, what are you afraid of? You think Betsy at the dog park is going to call you a dog beater because the leash is fucking 80 inches fucking instead of 120? Like, it's absolutely absurd. So I told this lady, I was like, I can give you a hand. I just because he doesn't know me, I'm not messing with his collar, but just give me a minute. I look at the dog, I'm like, you know the jig's up. He's like, oh fuck, yeah, it's up. So I did like a figure 8 harness really quick with the leash just as a backup, and I picked him up just in case he wasn't feeling being lifted. He immediately went soft puppy. I was like, oh fuck.
They know.
And I carried him and I was like, can you just get the door? And my trainer is standing outside watching me bench a 120 fucking pound dog.
Yeah, this is why I see you.
Yeah, so she opens up the door, I bring him in, and I look, she's like, thank you so much. I'm like, listen, lady, you gotta tighten that collar. Let them tighten the collar. And also let them shave that dog. He's fucking matted. Don't fight her on them. She'll get the 7, please. So I left, and so where I was going with this is going back with being in tune with animals, like you're in tune with your horse, we're all in tune with our dogs. That's a gift that I didn't realize that not everybody had. I've taken it. I literally thought that everybody, because until I get around non-animal people like that don't have that gift, I don't realize that, like, oh, you don't just communicate mentally with the dog like, yo, we're doing this, and they're like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't realize that, like, majority of most people, even people that have pets, they don't have that ability. They're like pleading and begging with the dog to get them to comply with something for their safety or their well-being. And I'm just like, all right, so here's the deal, dude. Like, we got to do this. And they're like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like also pet groomers or people in any pet industry, speaking to animals is different, right? What you see with them is generally what you get. They're not full of games. And I was actually telling my therapist this. I was like, I think I struggle with some human interaction because they're not straightforward. Like, my dog can be a dick. He's a dick because he's a dog and he's little and I've let him get away with it and he's a spoiled brat. I understand that. I don't understand the people, but I understand the dog or the horse or the cat. Nobody understands the cat.
It's funny because you have we all have dogs and cats and stuff in this, we love dogs and cats. But then you have like the equestrian people, the people that, we move 1,300-pound animals by pointing a knock your shit off. And the horse, you get back in that stall and your horse goes. And then you go around people that don't understand that. And you're like, why are you trying to reason with them? Just point your finger.
They're not humans. Just say, do it.
Do it. Move.
Because there's too many people who they project their selves with it. And then like I've told some people, I'm like, listen, you want to be a gentle parent, like I'm not going to tell you how to parent. That's your business. But animals, they need guidance, and I'm not telling you to scream at them or anything like that, but you got to be firm. Because I get a lot where they're like, how come they listen to you and not me? I'm like, because they know I mean business. I'm the boss.
Don't feel bad for them.
Yeah.
So when we have the young groomers come in, and they're getting like, why isn't this dog listening to me? I don't understand.
Because you're not playing
And,
with it all day. Did you tell them that?
and then when I walk up and I grab the dog and I hold it correctly, and I'm put my hand underneath the chin, and the dog goes boom. Where meanwhile with the baby groomer, it's going, or the young groomer, it's going like this, and I just put my hand there, and the dog goes boom, and they go, why is it listening to you but not me? And I'm like, because I've got 37 years radiating down my arm saying knock your shit off. I don't have to say the words. It's already radiating down, and it just rests its head there. It knows it doesn't move. And I go, when you start getting the experience and the confidence, then you'll have that radiating down, and the dogs are not going to fight with you like they are now. You will see it get easier. But communication, some people have to learn it, and some people it comes natural to it.
Confidence is key.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. No, confidence is definitely with so much that we do. When you walk with confidence, I mean, I saw an actual really excellent visual of this. This girl was just trying to prove the point of how your body language and confidence changes how others perceive you. And she was walking down the street in an outfit that was maybe something she wasn't that comfortable in. And so, shoulders are down. She's kind of, standing in a way that's insecure, walking kind of in a shy fashion. And she looked at a place, and she looked like someone you would talk about. And then, fast forward, she does another set where her shoulders are up, her head is high, and she's confident, and people approach her. And it's just, again, with psychology, just with human beings and with animals, if they see that you don't have your shit together and you're not leading, they're going to walk all over you.
Yeah.
They're going to walk all over you. So that's a horse, that's a dog, that's anything. And just the difference with the horse and a dog is a horse is a giant animal that can knock you into fucking next Tuesday.
Yep.
Yes. When I was training new staff, I would bring them out into our patio area, and I would literally have them walk normal with the dog. And a lot of them, shoulders would be curled in, and they'd be looking down at the ground at the dog, and the dog would be misbehaving a little bit. Then I would tell them, put your chin up, your shoulders back, straighten out your spine, look where you're going, and just keep that leash nice and not too loose, but not too tight, and just walk. The dog will figure it out. You just walk where you're going. And all of a sudden that dog would behave. And they're like, and then I explained exactly what you were saying. You're showing the confidence, because animals go by body language.
Mhm.
And that's how they communicate in a lot of ways, besides sniffing asses. But
Why are you talking about me like that? I'm right here. Okay, but speaking of confidence, remember the Target guy I told you about?
vaguely, yeah.
Okay. I was at Target a couple weeks ago
Oh, yes, I remember this.
in the deodorant section of all places. And this guy walks up, and he's like my height. I'm not trying to height shame, but he was my height. And he walks up, he says, I just want to say you're a beautiful woman. I was like, oh, thank you. And then he wanted to shake my hand to introduce himself. And I was always taught a firm shake. You don't break their hand, but you portray confidence of, yes, this is me. It was like this weak little baby hand in mine. Thank God it wasn't sweaty. And I was just immediately like, oh, okay. It also then turned into the weirdest conversation of my life, where he kept trying to buy me something in the Target section. I'm like, sir, no, I don't. He's like, do you want to buy makeup? I'm like, I don't buy my makeup at Target, but thank you. Do you want some coffee? I'm good. Well, I'm a traditional guy. I like to buy things for my woman. I was like, I'm not your woman.
Oh my God.
Kept going on, and
jeez.
then he shook my hand, and it was still this weak little baby handshake that I was just like, oh, sir. I just wanted to tell him, like, hey, just like I need to know your hand's there, and I'm not going to break your little fragile baby boy hand.
Oh my God.
Oh, but the best part of that whole conversation was that it took this weird turn where he said he has this unique talent of being able to tell somebody's genetics or DNA. I can tell your ethnicity. And I was like, okay,
Oh,
I'm
God.
just going to go along for this ride. It's not hard to guess. most of my family tree. So he
Yeah.
does well, like, oh, English, Irish, all the things. And I just stayed quiet and kept going. And then it turned into Spanish, Native American, Russian. I was just like, okay, this is really uncomfortable now. And then it was, would you like to guess mine? No, sir, I would not. I would not like to guess yours because this is weird and I feel like I'm going to get canceled. And I just want to leave the deodorant section. And thankfully, right then, somebody came up and was like, excuse me. I was like, okay, gotta go. Bye.
I'd have been
Oh
like,
my
am I
God.
being punked or something? Like, who
I'm
told
looking
that guy that that is a good avenue to take to hit on a woman in
oh, and
Target?
then
Like,
I just, everybody here seems really stuck up and antisocial. Well, maybe it's because you have weak handshakes in the fucking deodorant section of Target. I don't know. Call me.
Well, you want to know what? So, like, granted, there's two sides to this. Places where women thoroughly expect to not be hit on.
Deodorant section.
Target, Walmart, when people are running errands.
Stevie,
I feel like men and women, both men and women, whoever's seeking, miss the mark on this. Like, obviously, people know that clubs and bars, that's the place where you want to hook up with somebody that's looking for immediate companionship
Mhm.
or long-term, short-term, multi-term companionship. I'm trying to keep this a little bit PG. But there are people that reach a point in their lives, maybe they're divorced or maybe they're older and they're like, I don't want to be in the bar scene anymore. I want to find quality men or I want to find quality women. So they want to find a nicer place. And so instead of going towards like, hey, let me find hobbies that I'm into so that I can meet other people that are into said hobbies so I can organically form some kind of bond. People said, no, let me just go to Whole Foods. I'm going to find myself somebody at Whole Foods to hook up with, or I'm going to find some, like, when I don't know how we went from like, hey, I don't want to be in bars, so I'm gonna hit on people in the grocery store. Like, I don't know how like you skip the step of, hey, I like painting. I'd like to meet someone else that likes painting.
Yeah.
I like rock climbing. I like jumping out of planes. I like tattoos. I like dogs. Like, whatever it is, like you would do stuff within the thing. But so many men and women do this, where they literally like approach men and approach women in the produce section, thinking like, hey, how's it going? What you doing? I'm like, listen, I'm grocery shopping. How's it going? And it's just like, you expect, like with me, like I expect like the wedding ring to be like this weapon. This is fuck off.
Oh.
Nope, it is not. It literally, it's like cue Janet Jackson, like a moth to the flame, bird by the fire. My love is blind. Can you see my desire? That's the way. That's the way. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. Like, literally, that's how people think, and it's really fucking weird. I don't know. It like the most available you're going to seem to people looking. The less, when you are not available, that's when the world wants you. And when you're available, that's when you are eating lasagna by yourself out of a pan in front of the TV watching Golden Girls on repeat.
That sounds like
That sounds like a really good time, actually.
This is why I'm still single. I'd rather do that.
I
right?
think that's awesome.
I'm pretty thankful for my resting bitch face because then I just don't have to worry about it. I'm like,
It usually
I just don't have that approachable face, and I'm great with that.
I usually have an earbud in too, listening to either a podcast or music. So normally people, they just tune me out. I tune them
Yeah.
out. We go on about our business. No,
Or-
not your genetic makeup.
Not this guy. Not this guy. That's really random.
Or if
But
I'm
you want to know
going to the
what?
grocery store after work, I just look like Pigpen, but instead of all the dirt, it's all the hair hanging everywhere off of it.
Right.
People are like, oh.
Great. In the aisle.
Yeah. Don't mind me, guys. Hair coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to say, Chris?
I forgot already.
It happens.
I've hit that age.
Dude, I
I've
couldn't
been
log
doing that
into my
forever.
computer. I couldn't log into my computer. Couldn't log into my iPad. I'm like writing down failed passwords as I'm failing and re-entering them. And every time I fuck up, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm old. That is it.
Yep.
Every time I get frustrated with like forgetting things and forgetting passwords, like I go through the same psychosis cycle where it's like, why do I even need passwords? I'm getting rid of all these passwords. I don't want passwords. I want a microchip implanted into my fucking eyeball, so I'd be like, it's me. Like,
You hear John and I argue about this because I have to remember a new password. And
You ask John, and John knows them.
John knows them like by heart. And I'm like, well, tell me the password. He goes, well, how's that going to help you remember? You need to try to remember yourself. And I'm like, I have a freaking head injury. I'm not going to remember it.
I wish I had a head injury. I wish I had excuses of this. I can remember like exactly what I was doing fucking 45. Actually, wait, I just went past the time I was born. 40 years ago. I can remember things that scared the shit out of me when I was 5. Like, I remember extreme details throughout my life, but like what I just changed my password to 5 minutes ago? No.
Yeah, without that password app in my phone, I'd be screwed.
Oh, I had a password app. Yeah, and you have a master password? Fucking forgot the master password.
Oh. I have that saved in my notes. There's a note I have, which I'll probably get hacked at some point, but yeah, it's written down or saved somewhere. Because then you have to change it, and one of them they want a capital letter, numbers, symbols.
They do this like
Yeah.
to fuck with us at this
12
point.
letters.
Can't read.
Honestly, it's sometimes they make it impossible just to log in and pay your bills. I'm like, listen, if the hackers want to fucking hack my shit and pay my fucking Best Buy credit card,
Then let them.
awesome. Fucking let them. Let them. Let them.
Yeah.
Please.
I use my thumbprint for a lot of things. Because I'm like, oh, remember.
Yeah, no, sometimes that works, and then other times it says, please manually enter in your password because you've been having a totally good day, flawlessly getting in and out of things. We just want to make it hard just once.
You want
It's
to?
just like,
Yeah.
We're not going to let your.
yeah.
Yeah.
What happened.
Or the
This is
ones
Sunday.
where they ask you the passwords or the security and it's a question from your childhood or something. You're like,
Oh,
I don't remember that. Like, it's
what street did you live on?
fucked.
what? Well,
I
and then
don't
they're
know.
like, pick the question. You're like, shit, what question did I answer?
What question?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Forget the answer part. I still got to remember which question I chose.
Like, at this point, just make it my DNA. Just make it my DNA. I talk a lot of shit about, like, the machine and the government and the greeterment and the New World Order and something, something, something Alex Jonesy. But, like, at the end of the day, like, listen, if this is the way life is, like, literally just mainstream the microchip so
Yeah.
I can just...
Microchip. Also, you can track me if I ever get lost. Please come find me. I'm good.
Yeah. If I can just have like a thing that I put over it, like if I want to go ghosts, I just need a ghost mode. I just need a ghost mode thing, like a Fandalay bag, like the thing for the phone that makes you go
Faraday thing.
invisible.
Put it in there.
Yeah, just need that for my chip. Like obviously, I clearly don't have problems with technology, which I have to show you this cool little grabby thing. This is my wait. We got to get right to the camera. There we go. This is my iWatch, and it's on this like steampunky wrist thing. So when I'm grooming, I can see my shit. It's right here. I don't have to turn my wrist.
Yeah, I need that.
That's
Yeah, so there's a I'll send you the link for it. There's the fancy version, which is on which I saw on Facebook that made me realize this wonderful thing exists. But then there's the Amazon version that's like $12. That's the one that I go.
I can't wear any
Well, I
watches
mean,
or whatever. I get
wear
rashes
jewelry.
under them when I groom. I used to when I first started.
So
Yeah.
So this no rash and again it also fits under my bathing glove. I can also very easily take it off when I'm bathing if I want to. But this thing's the tits. I'm super happy with it.
I need that.
Gonna put it in.
I got
the
enough
share
distractions. I don't need any more.
I'm putting that in my notes right here. Apple Watch.
I'm gonna go take a potty break.
Okay.
thing. Okay. There we go. Share it in the messenger, in the pod.
You know, I realized
Yes.
I had asked hey, do we want to do a post and tell our vendors to do Black Friday specials? And then Alyssa finally was like, yeah, we should. And then I saw it like a couple of days later. I'm like, oh, whoops.
All right, we'll pause the conversation here. It'll continue next week. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Pet Zone Podcast. Have a crazy customer story, confession, or just something else you'd like to share with the show? Please feel free to email us at info@petzonepodcast.com. Don't be shy. We can keep you anonymous if you like. Also, if you're a professional pet groomer, please feel free to check out the Facebook group, Mobile Groomer Zone. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on any podcast platform you're listening on, and share it with a friend. Until next time.